Hello and welcome to this Wisdom Wednesday segment. I'm Deborah Guthrie, and joining us today is Kara Manny.
Yes.
She is the GIS specialist. Mm-hmm. She creates the maps on the township website, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so what does that mean? How do we get there, and how do we use these maps? That's what we're talking about today. So when you go to the Meridian Township website, we first need to know where we find the maps, and we're going to have Kara walk us through that process.
Okay, so once you get to the home page, you're going to go up to the Government tab and go down to At Your Fingertips, and there is a link here called GIS Mapping. If you click on that, it will take you to our online parcel viewer. So here, this is the main page that it takes you to. Off to the left, I've got a little about blurb. Basically,
what does GIS stand for?
Geographic Information Systems.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And so why does the township have not PDF maps on the township website? Why do we have a GIS digital version that's interactive?
Well, it's, for one, a lot more interactive. It answers more questions. There's more of a chance to customize what the public needs and what the public wants, as opposed to just a PDF that you slap up there on the website.
And so does it also allow the township to be able to have up-to-the-minute updated maps on the website, whereas PDFs, you're constantly recreating.
Yep. Yes,
okay.
That is one of the benefits of it. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So let's see.
So we're here. It's called Meridian Township Parcel Viewer.
Yes.
And I see up top here we have I for Information, and then 3 other tabs. If you can walk us through that.
So the next tab is the Legend tab. This tab shows all of the layers that are turned on for one, but also in view within the map. So right now you can see that the township boundary is the only layer that is in view. But if you were to zoom in, the parcel layer shows up. And if you zoom out, so we'll get to that a little bit more later.
Okay.
And then the next tab is the layer list tab. This is where you can turn on or turn off other layers within the map. We've got a little over 10 layers here that you can choose from currently. When you first go to the map, the township boundary and the parcels are the only layers that are automatically turned on. Those are 2 of the most important ones if you're going to the parcel viewer. But you can also click on schools here, district boundaries, we've got floodway, etc. Okay, and then the last tab that we have is the base map gallery. So if by chance or for whatever reason you don't like this particular base map, you can change it. So we've got a whole bunch to choose from. We've got imagery with labels, we've got just a basic plain street base map.
Can you walk us through what is the dark gray canvas? What is the difference between these different imagery with labels?
They all have.
So why would I want to look at this dark gray canvas one? Easier to see?
Sometimes, yes. Like you can see that the orange definitely pops as opposed to the light gray canvas. It kind of blends in a little bit more. Basically, it just depends on what kind of look you're going for. So I personally like the OpenStreetMap. It's got a lot of really great resources automatically built into it. You can see like
the more you zoom in, the more detail is showing,
as opposed to just the dark gray street map. Okay.
What would a business developer who's looking to develop a Meridian Township, where would they go on this GIS map? Do you know where they typically would go? Would they go to one of these dark gray things, or are they looking for like a more specific street map or something?
I would think either this basic street map or the imagery.
Okay.
You zoom in, you can see where development currently is, as opposed to, like you said, just a basic street map.
Okay. And what about someone who owns a home in Meridian Township? What would they be looking for on this?
Again, an imagery would be great for them. So let's see, we can zoom in here. There's a little neighborhood. You can actually see houses. Same thing with an OpenStreetMap. There are some houses as well as
it has
businesses.
The parcel outlined on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. If you zoom in even farther, addresses show up. Let's see. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
One great thing about this GIS map is if you were to click on one of the parcels, a pop-up appears. This has the tax ID, the owner, street address, acreage, that kind of stuff. So you can get more information that way as well. Urban service boundary, yeah, that looks good. Basically everything within this boundary here utilities are permitted. Outside of it,
Yeah, so we see the Meridian Township boundary, which it used to be a square, and then the big hunk was cut out when it was annexed. And so
Yes.
that's why it looks all funky over here on the side. And so we have the Township Boundary Map, and then this blue boundary, between that blue and the outside portion of the township boundary is where the urban service boundary is.
Yes.
And the urban service boundary is the area where there's not Meridian Township water and sewer.
Sewer.
Correct me if I'm
Yeah, I believe
wrong.
that's true.
Water and sewer. Okay. All right. And so that's that area. And so anybody who's interested in what that is, that's what it looks
Yes.
like. Let's go to the next one if we could. Take off the medical marijuana overlay districts. This has to be fairly new. Is that correct?
yes, I just added this a couple weeks ago.
Okay. And so these are the areas that the township board recently approved for
Medical marijuana. Yes.
facilities.
And
okay.
I know planning was getting a lot of questions and phone calls from residents is wondering where exactly these were. So I added this to the map.
Okay.
And you can see basically where they are in comparison to schools and neighborhoods and that sort of thing.
Okay. So if anyone's interested in a medical marijuana facility,
Yeah.
that's where they would look in
Yeah.
that
Yep.
in that area.
Yes.
And
any of
then,
these.
and then what about zoning? What does the zoning map show us?
So these are all of our zoning districts. Scroll in, again, it's nice to have the parcel layer on as well with this. You can see what parcels are within what zoning district. If you were to turn the parcel layer off though, if you click for the pop-ups, again, it basically reiterates what zoning code it is, and if you were to click on one of these hyperlinks, it will take you to more information. So it's got a list here
okay.
of all the districts and what they are.
What those zoning codes mean.
Yes, and so this actually will also take you to the regulations. So if you were to find, let's see, RAA.
Okay. So if you're looking to develop or move into a particular type of zoning location, that would be a good,
Yeah, a good
map
resource.
for you. Okay. All right. And then next we have parcels,
Yes.
like you showed us, and then the schools.
Schools. So if you zoom out, the schools are shown by little flags. Each color is based off of school districts. So if you were to zoom in, let's see. Oops. If you click on one of the schools, it shows you the school name, the district, the address. And then to go along with that, we have school district boundaries.
So it has Okemos Public Schools on here, Hazlet Public Schools. I see it shows the school district boundaries with Williamston in one portion, East Lansing in a few other portions. Does it have like any private schools like Montessori or anything like that on there, or is it all public school system?
I believe that's a private school.
St. Martha's is
Yeah.
on there. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, and so then the boundaries would show you if you're interested in living in a particular school district where that would be.
Yes.
But it's not by, the boundaries aren't by school. So if you wanted your children to go to Hiawatha Elementary School or Bennett Woods Elementary School, there's not a boundary showing you where that would be. It's school system wide.
Yes. Yep.
Basically.
Yep.
Okay. All right, but you can see where those particular schools are located and probably move close enough, call the school and figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. Let's move to the polling location.
Okay, so we've got polling places as well as the precincts. Again,
This is good for people.
yeah, so these both also have pop-ups. We'll start with the precincts. If you click on it, it shows you what precinct it is, where the polling location is, and the address. And then if you click on the actual polling place, shows you where it is, again, the precinct, the address, and then there's also a few resources here hyperlinked, such as an absentee ballot application, PDF, voter registration, those sort of things that
Wow.
might be helpful.
Okay. So can you type in your address?
Yeah.
And then it will show you where you're located within. Okay.
Yeah, up here, yeah, I mean, you can type in any address that you want. We'll say 5151 Marsh Road, because that's
Which
where
is
we
not
are.
which isn't one of our addresses. It's
Exactly.
Meridian Township's address.
Exactly. It will, take you right to it. This happens to be a polling place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. I didn't know that was there. All right, and then zip code boundaries.
Yes. So here, Meridian Township is unique. We have 4 different zip codes within our boundary. East Lansing, Hazlet, Okemos, Williamston. Oh, we have 5 actually in Lansing. So, you know, if you want to see where your parcel lands or a parcel in particular lands, depending on, you know, what you're looking for.
I didn't know that we had 5 zip codes within
Yeah.
Meridian Township. I had no idea. That's good for postal delivery information.
Yep.
I'm going to make sure the township's Prime Meridian magazines are getting over in those other zip codes. All right, and then the floodway.
Yes.
Huh.
So this is good too to see what parcels happen to land within the floodway.
All right. And then any tips or tricks or what we need to know as homeowners in regards to using the map system or anything?
There's another way to search for parcels. Whether you're a homeowner or developer, you're just a curious citizen. If you actually open up the attribute table at the bottom of the page, you can filter for parcel information.
Wait, how did you get there to the attribute table?
Yeah, down here. There's this
Okay.
arrow. Click
Okay.
it. If you go up to options and filter, add expression, you can actually filter by any of these options. So let's see.
What does object ID mean, the very top one? What does that mean?
That's for my purposes.
Okay,
GIS,
that's for you,
yeah.
okay.
So you would want to look at things like owner name, parcel address, zip
Okay.
code, those sort of things. So if we were to say owner name is Meridian Charter Township, search for that. It will actually select all of the parcels that Meridian Township owns.
Really?
Yes, and you can do that, like I said, with any of those attributes.
Okay. And then zip, parcel address, city, zip, and then what are PSS number and street and shape area and shape length? What are those?
So these 2 bottom ones, like the top one, is basically GIS. You're not gonna know the shape area by
Okay.
chance. I'd be very impressed if you did. But PSS number and PSS street are the parcel number and street.
Okay.
Parcel address is probably an easier thing to use than those. Yeah, I don't have any control over what shows up on this list, unfortunately. So use, you know,
If you did, you'd hide a couple of them
Yes,
to make
absolutely.
it easier on us. Okay.
just, you know, depending on what kind of information you do have or what results you're looking for,
Okay.
this is a good way to search for information as well.
And what were some of the other options down here?
Schools, polling places, precincts. Unfortunately, you can't filter for these, but there aren't that many. Let's see, there's 18 in total. So if you're looking for Hazlet High School and you don't happen to know where that is and you just want to really quickly, you can find it on this list and click here, double click. Hold on. Let's turn that on. It will take you right to it.
Oh, okay. Wow. And then it has, I see it just has address, zip code, doesn't have information about the high school. It's location.
Right.
All right. Anything else you want to show us on here? How we can use it, what we would use it for? Did we go through these 3?
Yes.
Did we go through all 3 of them?
We
Okay.
did. We can go through these tools. So we have 3 tools here. We've got a draw tool.
What would I use that for?
This is a good way to customize a map. So let's see, maybe if you were making, if you're throwing a party and you wanted to send out little maps to your guests, you could potentially, let's see, I don't know, let's just say it's at the high school since we're already there.
Okay.
You could, you know, add a star or a tool and say, this is where it's at.
Okay.
Or add, you know,
Okay.
and
So I could make something on, so if I'm throwing a party, this is the example at Hazlet High School, which we're not, by the way, we're not throwing a party at Hazlet High School. I could use this to do a layout of where the party's at.
yeah.
That's cool.
Or, you know, add arrows or lines or whatever it is that
Okay.
you want to do.
All right.
And then you can just undo to undo it.
Okay.
And
And then how do you save that? Do you print to PDF or?
You can print, yeah. That would be the print option. Okay. I won't go through that. You can figure that out. And then the tool in between those 2 is the measure tool. So you can measure distance or area. So if you wanted to see,
Really?
like, let's see how long. the parking lot here is. 0.13 miles.
Do you want to know how I've been measuring distance for how long my walks are with my dog? I've literally been getting in my car and then clicking the speedometer thing and then driving to how far I walk him and driving back.
Well, here you go.
I had no idea I could do this.
Yeah, and you can even add with the draw tool, start and end.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I know other people probably use their watch or something to calculate how many miles that they walk, but I actually
Use
don't.
your
I'm
car.
really old school, so all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Anything else you want to show us? Anything we should know about? Do you get a lot of calls about this, or?
No, but I might after this.
No. All right. Anything you're working on?
I am working on a Glendale Cemetery lookup map. I know Dennis Antone gets a lot of calls from residences looking for loved ones or plots that are still available. So I am working on a separate map where residents or anybody can go to directly and look up that information themselves.
Okay, that's the one cemetery that, Meridian Township owns 2 cemeteries, but that's the one cemetery where people can actually buy plots.
Yes, currently active. Yep.
Okay, all right. And then I know we had talked earlier about some other maps that could be in the works, parks or land
map.
preserves or anything like that.
Yes, that is also in the works. Looking to add an interactive parks map that people can see trails and hopefully have some images on this particular map, so people can see what it looks like before they actually go and can plan their trip or whatever it is that they're looking to do.
So multi-layer.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I appreciate you walking us through the map system. I've certainly learned a lot. I didn't even know all these layers existed. So I appreciate you walking us through that and how to use it.
Awesome.